Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm finding out how many minions I need to steal the moon. Minions move one square in any direction, the moon moves like a queen, and Gru and Vector are the white and black kings respectively. Let's get started with game number one. Alright, game number one, as you can see I have a singular minion on the board. I do have my king, which is Gru, and Fairy Stockfish is playing with Vector, who is just its king, and the moon, which is the queen. Now for me to win, I do have to actually capture the moon, and then finally I can checkmate Vector, which is realistically, if this were actually just a king and a queen, what I would have to do in order to defeat Fairy Stockfish anyways. Get rid of the queen, then checkmate the king. So, this is very unlikely that I will win this, but I will try and approach. I'm going to take a moment and humanize Fairy Stockfish and say that it's so confident that it's going to win that it starts by moving its king out towards the center of the board. Realistically though, what it's actually doing is it realizes it needs the king close to my king in order to coordinate a checkmate with the queen, so it's just developing its king. I will follow suit. King comes out to play. Now, this minion does move like a king. Obviously, it can't be checked like a king can be, but it does control every square around it. However, that puts it at a severe disadvantage compared to a literal queen. Here comes Vector, the king detector, probably coming after my own king, but I will approach as well. Queen comes out to the center of the board, and it kind of puts me in zugzwang. I do kind of have to move backwards here. So if I have to move backwards, I think I'd rather do it with my king and leave the minion controlling a decent number of squares. Alright, the queen shuffles over and pins the minion to my king. I think I'm just going to move back, and unless Fairy Stockfish figures out how to checkmate me, I'm hanging tight right here. Alright, this time the moon moves down and pins the minion along the third rank. Now I literally just cannot move my minion. I mean, I could technically move it over and just hang it for free, but I do kind of have to move Gru back here. Alright, Vector, the center defector, leaves the center 4 squares, getting around the spaces that my minion covers, to come around and get after my king. I can't put him in check because the moon would simply take, supported by Vector, so again, I'm kind of getting zugzwanged here. I will move Gru over and try to leave the minion as close to the center as I can. Alright, Vector has turned into a center protector, moving back to the center of the board, and I think I can just hang tight. I wonder if it genuinely just cannot figure out how to defeat me. Alright, Vector just slides over to the center. I still can't move my minion, so I guess I have to move back. There is no chess piece like the minion in regular chess that controls all of these squares around it, so maybe this is actually totally fine for me. Alright, the moon moves back, and I'm going to play out some more moves here, but I have a funny feeling I can just hold tight in the center. Okay, interestingly enough, I was kind of getting bullied to the side of the board for a second, but then it couldn't figure out a way to continue to make progress, and I have a funny suspicion that I actually don't get a draw here by keeping my king in the center. I can probably just force a draw by staying on the edge of the board with Gru and keeping the minion in front of me at all times, who literally covers all of these. No, the board reset! Okay, as I was trying to say, I could hold a draw by basically keeping Gru on the edge of the board and the minion in front, and there would literally just never be a way for me to get checkmated. But okay, I've gone ahead and slapped down 2 more minions on the board, and I have a funny feeling I can already force a victory. Moon comes out and delivers check, and my thought process is I have 2 minions that can sort of go off on their own and protect each other along the way, and I already know for a fact that I basically only need 1 minion to protect my king, or Gru in this case. Worst comes to worst, I can sort of follow behind these 2 minions with Gru and have this minion as a spare sort of defender. And between these 3 minions, I think I can probably overwhelm Vector and his moon. So we'll go ahead and defend Gru for now. Alright, the moon comes out with another check. I do have to start advancing Gru at some point, so I'll push him out now, and if I keep getting harassed with checks, I'll basically just use all of those checks to slowly start advancing my pieces. Okay, as you can see, we've done a pretty good job here of controlling the center squares, and slowly I'm going to come and chase down Vector the Ejector, who has now been ejected from the middle of the board and is trying to hide himself in the corner. But I will simply pursue him and eventually hopefully overwhelm him with my minions. We do get put in check, and I think I just continue to advance. I mean, the only problem is if I advance now, I can get put in check again, and I'm really trying to find a way to force the minions to make progress. And you can see what Fairy Stockfish is doing is pretty straightforward. It's giving checks from the opposite side of the side that I want to advance. Say, for example, that this moon were instead on e8 right now. If it were giving check from there, I would block, and that would allow my minion to get closer to vector. But because I'm getting checked from behind, if I move a minion to try and block, this minion isn't actually making progress towards where I want it to move. It's just standing in the way between the moon and Gru. The problem is I don't really know what else to do here. Maybe I'll just shuffle Gru over. That way if I get checked, the minion can come and defend, and these two minions have each other's backs. Okay, the moon moves back. No brainer, I'm going to keep advancing with my minions. Vector, the F7 square inspector, slides over. I'm running out of rhymes. But that's totally fine. I think I just continue to shuffle my minions over. I do want to have these spaces available so that if I do get checked, there's always some opportunity for me to sort of skedaddle away. Right, Vector slides over again. It's a little bit annoying though that I'm kind of cut off from chasing after with my own Gru. But I think I'll just advance my other minion, and now I'm threatening a pretty nasty check here. Okay, we get met with fire instead. I'm just gonna move back. If I continue to get harassed, I'll just kind of walk my way around until I find a way to block all the checks. Okay, we get checked again. We'll keep walking. Okay, we do get Vector moving back, so we will continue to advance. We're getting very, very close here to delivering checkmate. I mean, literally, minion to d6 followed by minion to d7 is a contact checkmate with support. So as long as this minion is enough to defend Gru, or at least get him close to these minions so that the moon runs out of checks, then we should have mate on Vector. And realistically, we won't actually get checkmate. Realistically, Fairy Stockfish would rather sacrifice the queen first to buy itself another turn. Thus, we will have successfully kidnapped the moon, and then we can deliver checkmate to Vector. Right, Vector shuffles over. We will literally threaten checkmate in one singular move, so it really doesn't have a choice here but to hunt for checks, and eventually give up the moon. Oh, never mind. I guess it can just walk over, but I will follow. We'll push him over, check again, and then once he's cornered, I mean, after he's cornered, there surely aren't any choices for him. Right, he continues to waddle over. I think I would like to deliver maybe this check. He moves back, and now we definitely have him cornered. I can move this minion down. Either direction that Vector tries to slide over, we're going to work our minion detector on Vector and have that checkmate ready. Alright, Vector slides over, we do in fact deliver check, and thus we force Vector to give up the moon. Which it does in fact do. We will sacrifice our second minion, a sacrifice that I am more than willing to make. And now we have Vector by his lonesome self. So now we just chase him down, bully him into the corner with Gru and our last minion. Nice, and with that we do force Vector the Moon Collector into the corner, checkmate him with our minion, and defeat Fairy Stockfish with our 3 minions. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below if you have any other funny, like, movie-inspired or possibly TV show-inspired themes that I should try out as chess variants, and I will see you guys in the next one.